Good afternoon, traders. This is Tony D from the easyMarkets dealing room in Sydney. An update for today: we've had an almighty rally in the US stock market overnight that's led to a lot of risk-on trading. Which bring up the US 30 last night. You can see a 300 pip rally from the open on Monday. Very nice sort of moves here, and the sort of outlook that we're looking at there is that these gains can continue in the short term while the market's not focused on the trade wars. We are looking more towards what's happening in terms of the squeeze and the return to risk appetite. And now the target in general, when you're looking at these sort of moves, you look at the size of previous sort of rallies here. You can see the range of closer to 1,000 to 1,500 points, which would put new range highs here up around the 25.5. Now that's if we can get past 2,500 and no bad news comes out regarding trade wars. The ability for the market to ignore things is sort of something that it can do for extended periods of time. And so this is what's happening at the moment. The 4-day rally, the squeeze, has got to the stage now where if the sellers don't come in quickly, you are going to see further gains as the buyers regain control here, and they're very comfortable at taking back control in these stock market movements. You can see that from last year and these dips earlier in the year. And so in terms of the timeline, the next set of tariffs in general aren't coming on until August, so you don't have too much in terms of getting back the market there unless something comes out from Trump or from China. In relation to these, you won't see the market react too much more on the same story, and then just generally the backdrop is quite aggressive for the outlook there for global economy, and just the afterglow of tax cuts in the US on earnings has been quite supportive. So the risk on sentiment is always a chance of coming back, and after you see the squeeze, the market can continue. That's really the takeaway from this. Not always thinking that the squeeze is the end of a rally. When it comes to the currencies though, pairs like the Aussie and Euro, and they're a little bit more harder to see squeezing past some of these downtrends because currencies don't work the same there. You can have stock markets going up while the Aussie's going down. That's very possible. And if you're looking at the Euro, you've got big levels coming in at the 118 level. And range trading seems to be the agenda right now for the majors rather than anything else. And so you're looking at dollar index, you probably see the market find support towards that 93 level and play that 93, 95 range in the short term. While we have sort of the strong US economic growth and the delays in the rest of the world raising rates, then that's going to be the general range trading feel. Now, in terms of the big mover in the currency markets, you did see pound come under heavy pressure. The reasoning was that Boris Johnson resigned, so was able to ignore Davis and his second resigning earlier in the day, but Boris Johnson is a bigger figure and caused a little bit more of a shock to the market, which was getting very bullish on the pound as it became clear that May had a successful meeting on Friday. But now with Boris Johnson gone, we do need to find his replacement, and we need to see if the effects on the Brexit negotiation is going to be dramatic, or whether that she still has a mandate to rule. And so our leadership challenge is what the big concern is, and that's dragging down the pound at the moment. Whether we can get past that in the next couple of days will help with the stabilization and the potential rally of the Bank of England rate hike in August, combined with progression in the Brexit negotiations with the EU. So this market is very fragile right now, given that headlines are going to come out, rumors are going to come out. But so far, she put on a good show last night, and so the market didn't continue with its selling. They have named Jeremy Hunt as a replacement for Boris. We're going to see his statement, see what he's expecting there, and then we can talk about the pound's next direction after this news has been absorbed fully by the market. But in the short term, if there's a leadership challenge, then that would be negative. If she survives, the questions will be about is the plan workable or not, as there was some fierce debate in the UK Parliament yesterday. but she did do a good showing, so the market is a little bit more giving her time right now. But that should see a resolution one way or the other in the next 24-48 hours for the pound traders. Alright guys, we'll be updating that tomorrow for sure. So if you want to get an update tomorrow, come back, watch the same update. We'll tell you what's happened in the last 24 hours and exactly how this is progressing over there in the UK, as it is political and it is fast moving at the moment. In terms of the trading on the day, keep an eye on the dollar yen. Dollar yen is breaking higher, and it has the potential to drive the yen crosses. So something you want to be keeping an eye on if you're trading in the short term.